So I recently hopped on Assassin's Creed Shadows and played through the Puzzlement quest, a post-launch quest where you have to find 13 Isu glyphs to open an Isu door to an Isu cave to get some Isu weapons. This quest raises some serious questions as to what Ubisoft is even doing anymore in regards to their lore and their writing. Once you find all the glyphs and open the door to the cave, you walk in and you find this, a statue of Cassandra. Brief history on Cassandra: in ancient Greece, she acquired a piece of Eden called the Staff of Hermes, which makes the holder immortal for as long as it's on their person. While she has this staff, she is tasked by the Isu Aletheia to go around the world finding other pieces of Eden and destroying them or hiding them away. But according to this in Assassin's Creed Shadows, she also decided to spend some of her time learning how to sculpt and carve statues out of stone. What makes this worse is that the pose she sculpted herself in is her CGI promotional material render, which is the dumbest meta break ever. If you interact with the statue, you get a version of it for your hideout, which has a description that tells you that Barnabas commissioned it. Barnabas was Cassandra's friend and quartermaster who died before the year 400 BC. So if that's the explanation, then Cassandra was just lugging this statue around for over 1,000 years and then decided to place it in a cave in Japan. Both of these explanations make no sense. That's not the only problem here though, as there's a letter in the cave addressed by Cassandra. Now I can read this letter totally fine, and the letter is meant to be read by any Japanese explorer who comes across it. So Cassandra decided to spend her time learning how to read and write in Japanese? I doubt that. An alternate explanation is that perhaps she got someone else to write this letter for her, but we know from the Valhalla crossover DLC that Cassandra keeps a low profile and doesn't really interact with anyone much anymore. So for her to enlist help here is sort of out of character. So neither of these explanations really make any sense. Now we get to the worst part. The Isu weapons you find in this cave. In this cave you can find an Isu Naginata and an Isu Tanto, which is cool, but now let's refer to the contents of that letter Cassandra left. She tells the explorer to take the Isu weapons, and in essence, that she's left them behind as a gift. This flies in the face of everything about Cassandra and her lore. Cassandra was tasked with hiding and destroying Isu tech, so that no one can get their hands on them to create chaos and destruction. Cassandra even knows firsthand how destructive and dangerous these things can be, as she used one to kick ass and sow destruction throughout ancient Greece, and she's seen how they've been weaponized to turn people into monsters and false versions of themselves. And this game wants us to believe she's now giving them away as essentially a prize? Not a single thing about this entire quest makes any sense, and breaks concrete lore at every turn. This is an insult to Cassandra's story and all those like myself who love Assassin's Creed Odyssey. This sets off some huge alarm bells in my head around Ubisoft forgetting and disregarding their own lore, and the small things like this truly make me worried for the franchise's future from a narrative and continuity perspective. I really hope they come forward and say this crap is not canon, because this is a genuine mockery of their own capability to write a consistent story.